tomorrow.
We hope that it touches their heart for them to know how very important they are, and that our prayers and blessings are sent to them and their families.
We have a crew in Uvalde, and they will be there tomorrow when those items that were donated this week are dropped off tomorrow. What a great sign
your Chris 6 weather forecast
of our community giving that way. Dale, here's Chief Meteorologist Dale Nelson. A look at our forecast as we're headed into the weekend, Dale.
Yes, plan on it being hot or you'll be disappointed any other thing, because that's the main feature of the forecast going forward here. We had a few isolated thunderstorms up to the north. Some of them got pretty heavy north of Beeville and around Goliad tonight, but they have all dissipated as expected in the stable air here near the coast. We got nothing, but in between here in Beeville, there was some pretty good rain, about a ½ inch in spots, even more north of Refugio tonight. Seeing almost an inch of rain up there, but again, just out of reach of the Chris 6 viewing area. All is quiet now. That is not the case in the tropics. Our area of disturbed weather, tropical disturbance, has not become better organized as it continues to flood South Florida with very heavy rains and flood-provoking rains. We're at 80 degrees right now. It's only 72 where they had some rain in Beeville. For us, 80 now, but 75 at 2 a.m., low 70s by morning. Look at the sunshine and light winds starting out the day tomorrow. Great beach weather. In a few minutes, I'll be back to tell you all about it.
It was a pivotal turning point in World War II, the Battle of Midway. How local veterans were marking this occasion on the USS Lexington today and later.
I'm Alan Hartwell at Whataburger Field, the regional final for Class 3A Bishop and London. They're trying to get to the state tournament next week. Highlights coming up in sports.
Welcome back. It was on this day, June 3rd, 1942. The Battle of Midway started in the Pacific. That battle was a turning point for the U.S. during World War II, and today the Navy marked the occasion with a ceremony aboard the USS Lexington. Our Greg Chandler has more on why Midway was so important.
That initial major victory is what helped, as we say, turn the tide of the war.
In June of 1942, the U.S. Navy was still reeling from the Japanese sneak attack on Pearl Harbor and defeat at the Battle of Coral Sea. That changed at the Battle of Midway.
There's a lot of dynamic movement and moving pieces that really make it an amazing case study and story.
Commander Robert STOCHEL, executive officer of NAS Corpus Christi's Training Squadron 31, studied history at the Naval Academy. He says that while the Navy was outgunned at Midway, surprise and accurate intelligence were key to victory.
An underarmed force defeated a much bigger, superior force, and that's what makes it monumental. There's some luck and timing, but intelligence was a huge piece.
Midway proved costly for Japan. The Americans sunk 4 Japanese carriers and forced Japan to shift its resources, setting up America's famous island hopping campaign. After Midway, Japan was on the defensive, and its Pacific expansion ended.
One begat another to set those conditions to keep that push through the Central Pacific.
In Corpus Christi, Greg Chandler, Chris 6 News.
Here's a bit of history. Waldron Road and Waldron Field in Flower Bluff are named after Navy Lieutenant Commander John C. Waldron, who was killed in the Battle of Midway. On the second day of the battle, he led a squadron of 15 torpedo bombers in an attack against the Japanese carrier group. Of the 30 men in that attack, only 1 survived. The Veterans Band of Corpus Christi provided the music for the ceremony today. It was part of a milestone day for the band. The Veterans Band was formed June 3rd, 1986, 36 years ago today. Director Am Chavez says the band only formed to participate in a 4th of July ceremony and was supposed to last only 30 days. More than 30 years later, the band is a fixture at local veterans events, and we say happy birthday to them. Hey, we want to remind you about tomorrow morning's Veterans Resource Fair. There will be important information there for veterans and their dependents. If you have any questions about benefits you might have missed, you'll find those answers at this all-important event. It's for you. It's being held tomorrow at Del Mar College East Campus on Ayers Street. It will be held in the Harvin Center, 9 a.m. until noon. Federal, state, and local veterans agencies will have about 30 representatives out there with information on things like employment, home loans, burial, and a whole lot more. Hope to see you out there tomorrow. And speaking of veterans, after nearly 4 decades in the making, a local veteran takes that special walk. You'll hear from him next. Also, Dale will be back with a complete check of your weekend weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Chris 6 News at 10.
Just because we can't get enough of this. Back to graduation day. This is video from Moody High School's graduation from this morning. Carroll seniors graduated this evening. Tomorrow, King, Veterans Memorial, and Miller High School students walk the stage. Their graduation ceremonies will also be held at the American Bank Center Arena. At that Moody High School graduation, it was mission accomplished for local Army veteran Will Henderson. Yesterday, we told you about his quest to get his high school diploma. Henderson was supposed to graduate with the Moody class of 1984, but he enlisted in the Army when he was just 16 and was ordered to boot camp the day he turned 17. That was just months before he was supposed to graduate. Well, there you see today, Henderson's dream came true. He walked the stage with the Moody class of 2022 and finally got that diploma. But he didn't keep it for very long.
She didn't get her high school diploma, so I'm giving her my high school diploma so I can say my mom graduated just as I did. And this is for my mom, not for me. This is for my mom. She's sitting right there.
He said, "This is for my mom," and there she is. Congratulations to Will Henderson and his very, very proud mom. Graduation celebrations didn't end at the American Bank Center. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services and their community partners gathered to celebrate the graduation of 5 of their kids under state care. John Lennon from Family and Protective Services tells us the graduates are their family.
This is our celebration because we are the caretakers of this child, and as such we wanted to make sure that we marked this special day and their accomplishment of graduating from.
Family and Protective Services say they're always looking for more community members to join their efforts. And for more information on how you can volunteer, you can visit our website, christv.com.
Now, your Chris 6 weather forecast.
Hi everybody, and a good Friday evening to you as we take a look at the isolated thunderstorms that formed along the sea breeze and an outflow boundary with a weak front up to the north. Right there, some pretty heavy rain in parts of the coastal bend, a small part. Nothing for us here in the city, of course. And north of Beeville, I know the farmers up there got to be looking at this and saying, oh my, I wish it could come further south. But an inch of rain in parts of that region on up into Goliad County, which is just outside of our viewing area. Beeville officially didn't have any rain at all. And then north of Refugio, there was some pretty good rain showers too. Up in Calhoun County, there was actually a warning for that storm. But all is quiet now across the region. As you can see here on the future tracker, we are expecting clear skies overnight. And throughout the day tomorrow, there'll be a new batch of storms around Port Lavaca tomorrow afternoon. And that'll be about it. Then morning clouds on Sunday. And then afternoon sunshine and a lot of heat shaking things up here for the weekend. Our almanac for today, we had 94. We started at 73 with no rainfall, 4.5 inches below normal for the year on our rain here in Corpus Christi. We're going to have a slow increase in our winds over the weekend, but not horrible. That doesn't happen until Monday, Sunday night and Monday. Scorching hot, heat index between 100 and 108. And PTC number 1 is no threat, potential tropical cyclone. It's on the move, and I'll show it to you in a moment. 80 right now, south-southeast winds at just 8 miles an hour. Rain-cooled air in the Beeville area and 72 lovely degrees. It's 78 in Kingsville, 80 just about everywhere else. There's the boundary that initiated those thunderstorms to our north late this afternoon. They have fizzled out in the stable air here, very active out in West Texas, out in the Big Sky country and in the Permian Basin. and really active with our area of low pressure, our tropical disturbance here in the southeastern Gulf, causing lots of rain across deep South Florida into portions of central Florida. And with this, on the 10 p.m. advisory, it stays a potential tropical cyclone with 40-mile-an-hour winds. There is no center of circulation, so no depression, no storm named Alex. And again, that system is going to race across Florida. It's moving northeast at about 12 and accelerating, so it'll be all gone by tomorrow night. High pressure is ruling the region. This area of low pressure coming along the Mississippi River Valley will pick up the rest of it and carry it with the steering winds around this high. High pressure builds into the region, and we're going to get real hot and dry all week. This high will lift to the north, and that's when we'll open up the tropics and start to see some rain. But that is at least next weekend and beyond before we see that happen here. Light winds overnight to nearly calm. A nice breeze tomorrow afternoon, up around 15 to 18 miles an hour. A little breezy starting out on Sunday morning, and a little bit more wind here by Sunday afternoon and evening. Marine forecast for tomorrow looks good with that low rip current risk and smooth to slightly choppy bay waters. Walking the dog tonight, Preston likes this weather. I hope you do too, and your pup as well. Mid-70s by 4 a.m. We'll see winds down to 5 miles an hour. Lows tonight will range from around 73 inland at Beeville and George West to 72 here and 80 in Port Aransas. And the highs tomorrow reach 95 here tomorrow, taking it up a notch, and 100 in Freer, 101 in George West. So mainly clear, seasonal, and 72 tonight. And then the 7-day forecast, 95 tomorrow, 74 and 96 on Sunday, 77 and sweltering, 96 and windy on Monday. In spite of the wind, it'll be 97 on Tuesday. And in that range again, Wednesday and Thursday, as the heat marches on, August-like heat in early June here next week and this weekend. Stay cool. Pat?
Okay, Dale, thanks. Up next, why you'll be spotting some stunning murals like these in the downtown area this weekend. Stay with us. Welcome back. It is Pride Month, and for many who identify as LGBTQ+, having a relationship with God is important. One local church wants to make sure that those individuals looking for a place to worship know that St. Paul United Church of Christ on the south side is a place of worship for everyone.
And that's become our mantra. We are the everybody church. And there's all kinds of people come here from all different ages and backgrounds, and we love it.
For a list of Pride Month events, just scan the QR code you see right there on your screen with your smartphone. It's going to take you to that list of events on our website. If you find yourself at La Retama Park this weekend or a few streets in the heart of downtown Corpus Christi, you'll spot some of these marvelous murals there. Wow. The Corpus Christi Downtown Management District launching Mural Fest.
This mural is kind of to pay homage to the things that I love about Corpus Christi as a city, you know, being by the beach, all the flora and fauna and sea life you get that you kind of don't get anywhere else, especially like not in Austin.
I am all about this one right there and all the others. They're just so gorgeous, aren't they? You'll find these murals set up at North Mesquite Street, North Chaparral Street, and North Lower Broadway. The festival will continue tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And South Texas can lay claim to the winner of the 2022 Scripps National Spelling Bee.
You are the 2022 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion. Congratulations.
Harini Logan, an 8th grader from San Antonio, is this year's Scripps National Spelling Bee champion. Last night's final round ended in a tie, and it had to go to a spell-off. The final two spellers had 90 seconds each to spell as many words correctly as they could.
Nyandabai.
Nandubay.
Moorhen.
Mooragn.
Just beyond outstanding. In the end, Harini Logan spelled 22 words correctly, 7 more than her opponent. And besides her trophy, she'll also win $50,000. She plans to put some of those winnings towards college, and the rest she will invest. From one intense competition to another.